No, so okay, so well, I guess we're recording. So what up, everybody? Episode 20 of the Alt Tab podcast. We're out of our teens. We're in our 20s. It's great. Wait, what?
Wait, what? Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, UNRECORD.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, so it's episode 20. We're out of our teens into our 20s. It's we're going to college. We're in college right now, and we're doing very well for ourselves, and we're almost done. We're almost done.
Bunch of adults here.
You guys are on the channel for the first time and you guys like our content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And then also you can turn the bell notification on if you want those notifications, but sometimes they just get annoying.
So I could turn it
Our
on.
videos do go live on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you don't want to turn that notification on, just come by on Wednesdays. You know,
Might as well
this
just
is my dog BB.
Nice. She turned her
a side eye right now.
She turned her on as soon as you said that. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, the first thing I do want to talk about is called UNRECORD. It is a body cam footage video game made with the Unreal Engine 5. So this thing is crazy because people don't know whether or not if it's actually found footage of a police officer or it's an actual video game. Because the way the Unreal Engine is right now, it looks so fucking realistic. Now, people have been able to go through and find the engine and like the gameplay of it and be able to go and play it. So they do know that it is, in fact, a video game. But I think it's hitting that line to where it's too realistic, especially with what's been going on in America, with the police, corrupted police officers and the body cam footage that gets put out on Twitter and things like that. And like the realism in itself, great, right? The realistic, of the realistic graphics of it is, like you said, revolutionary. But I think the medium with it, which ends in being a police officer kind of thing, is a little bit kind of, you're a police detective, sorry. But yeah, it's a first person shooter, but you're not necessarily looking through the eyes of the character. You're looking through the body cam footage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play it if it ever comes out. To definitely test it out, but that it's just the way the graphics look in this game. It is crazy. I feel like we could already have a game. Like, I think a game looking through the body cam is cool. It could get a little disorienting, but I feel like Ready or Not should already do that.
Yeah. Imagine this game in VR. Holy shit. I'd actually be scared shitless.
So yeah, it's called UNRECORD. It was just announced. Yeah, it's a single player FPS that tells the story of a tactical police officer from the perspective of his body camera. As you work to solve a complex case, you need to use your tactical and detective skills to succeed. So it's like
fucking wild.
The premise in itself sounds kind of cool, but yeah. A lot of people are, they are saying it's too real. Even Trainwrecks said that, a game like this should definitely be moderated because it's different from those parents that would say GTA was too violent, even though GTA is a little more cartoony.
Yeah.
In a sense, this one here, it's like this, it literally blurs that line between what's real and what's video game. You know what I mean? And so it's like,
well, it's gonna be like that anyways, right? In the future.
True. When it starts getting into VR, and I guess
VR, it's gonna be like that, where people can't tell the difference, and it's gonna develop.
I just think right now,
mental issue.
This game might be too far. It might have come out too early. You know what I mean? Like, there's such movies as like, it came out before its time, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, a movie that did horribly 10 years ago, if it came out today, it would have done perfect, right? And so, yeah, so I think In this one here, I think it might be too early for this game. It's game made for a different time, maybe like 5-10 years from now, maybe.
I mean, maybe.
But this could start the whole movement to where photorealism ends up happening in video games. But yeah, it's made by the developer Drama.
I don't know that,
which is funny. Yeah, me either. But I guess that's what they call themselves.
Drama. Okay.
The French studio. It said because it says developer Drama has responded to its hyper realistic portrayals of police gun violence, effectively trying to paint the game as apolitical. In the FAQ, the developer wrote, "The game does not engage in any foreign policy and is not inspired by any real life events. The game will obviously avoid any undesirable topics such as discrimination, racism, violence against women and minorities. The game will have no biased or any take on criminal acts and police violence. We also respect and understand people who may feel disturbed by the game's images. Art cannot fight against interpretation." Yeah. But they can't justify the undisclosed content of the game because that would definitely be a spoiler, and you will discover the direction of the theme for yourself. It says the public generally trusts film, series, and novel writers on the intelligence of the point of view when it comes to a detective, gangster, or police stories. So why not for a video game? That's true, I guess. Right? That makes sense.
Yeah, but you're playing it.
Yeah. And most of the time, too, if you're watching a movie, you normally sit through the entire thing. As a video game,
Whatever the fuck you want.
You can stop at any point in time. And so you might not end up getting to that point to where the direction of the game was supposed to take you. And so you kind of you read a book by its cover when it comes to video games a lot of the times than actually reading the book. So
that's wild. Well, if it's gonna happen eventually,
that's true.
Why not just get a jump start now? It'd be kind of crazy though if you're like in VR and it's like an exact replica of like your real life place.
Oh yeah.
And you're just going around killing people. Like that's kind of crazy.
I mean, shit, I've played Blade and Sorcery, and that shit's fucking crazy. Like, because you can, so Blade and Sorcery, you have magic and you have swords, but then there's mods to where you can have like guns and all that stuff. And you can just do, you can make your guy invincible. And they can go to the arena and just spawn in a bunch of people and they just come in at waves at you. And you just like grab a weapon, you slice them, and it's like and it's like you'll see the slash on their body and you keep slicing them.
Yeah.
And it's like you can grab their shoulder and you can just like slowly like stab them, and it's just like it gets kind of, that game I played it twice, and that game, every time I'm done, I am very like disoriented when it comes to it, because you're like constantly moving, because they're like yeah, and I'm like I'm not physically fit for that right now.
Yeah,
but
I feel like
that, and it's like I don't know if I'm ever gonna get used to the whole movement of VR. I feel like I'm just gonna keep getting motion sickness. If only that game had the little like blinders, like in the game when you move, it like puts the black bars around your eyes. Kind of help, but VR is crazy. I mean, there's that one game that I saw on Steam. Remember where you're like that mercenary? You're like going through and just shooting people.
Yeah,
like, they made that kind of realistic in a sense, or at least they made it very gory, not realistic.
We're all gonna die.
What?
That's the takeaway.
Yeah. All right.
What you got, man?
What you got? I just got little tidbits here and there.
Well, Riot Games
Okay.
they released their spin-off game, Mage Seeker, the Mage Seeker, and it's
Wait,
supposed
they
to,
did?
yeah, it's supposed to be pixel graphics, 2D hack and slash RPG, kind of like top down, like Diablo. And you get to play as a League of Legends champion called Silas, which I think Silas is from. He's a mage that was in captivity in Demacia, which is a country that a lot of other champions come from, like Lux and Garen. And if you don't know who Garen is, he's known to just be a Beyblade with this blade, which is pretty iconic. And yeah, he's basically just goes around Demacia, just fucking shit up. It's a story about him. I don't know if it expands the lore, but he's like an outlaw within that country. So you get to see like other champions too within the game. The game is $40, 40 Canadian dollars. So I'm assuming it'll be like 30, 35 US dollars.
It's 30.
Which is pretty steep, I think. I've read the reviews and they said probably not worth that much. Like it's great and all, but it's probably worth more like 10, 20 bucks. Because I don't think it's that long. And paying that much for kind of a lore based game that's, you know, like 2D
Yeah, it should be free.
pixel.
But then again, it's Riot, right? So it's like,
I mean, I don't think it should be free, but it definitely shouldn't be $40. Maybe like $10.
I would see maybe like $10, $15.
Yeah, I would give it a go if that was the case, or just put it on Xbox Game Pass or something. Like that's a perfect place. But
oh snap! You know,
it's getting good reviews. I think the main complaint is like how expensive it is and just the accessibility. No one's gonna just drop $40 for a League of Legends game. That's a spin-off. But you know,
how is that character in League of Legends?
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He was really broken at some point, but that goes for a lot of champions that come out for that game.
I guess as someone that has played the game as yourself, do you feel like he should have been the first one to get a video game?
No.
Or do you feel like there was maybe somebody else?
Probably somebody else.
Like who would you rather have seen like get like its own like League of Legends story? Given the little backstories that you probably know of, you know.
I mean, probably like Yasuo, Shen, Zed. They're all part. Okay, Yasuo's not. Okay, probably like Zed, Akali, Shen. They're part of like a shinobi, and they're like the OG champions. So I feel like that'd be interesting to see.
Okay.
And even I guess Silas kind of makes sense because it ties into like Garen and Lux, but it would have been nice to see their POV first rather than Silas. I mean, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I don't know. I guess they really care about Silas's story, but League of Legends lore is crazy. It is crazy. It's a whole world. Or they could have done like a spinoff of Arcane or something.
Oh, true.
You know, like it could follow like the same story as like Netflix. And you just kind of get to play it. Or you could play like an alternate version. Like you play the villain. I don't know. This one just kind of seems like a random project, but I don't know if they have any like developer behind the scenes and why they made this choice.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. They just need to make more shows, I feel like, around just everyone, around the whole world.
They definitely have a lot of lore.
Yeah.
I just realized yesterday entered a beta for a game, and I never added it to my wish list, and I forgot what the game. Oh, never mind, I found it.
That's fucked up, bro. You gotta register and not even add it to your wish list.
I added it to my wish list. I found it.
Okay. What is it?
It's called Wayfinder.
Wayfinder.
So yeah, it says become a wayfinder and unlock their powers as you choose your path and playstyle while pushing back a hostile force that has overtaken your world. Control the chaos as you directly shape and customize the endless adventures you go on with friends because wayfinders are stronger together.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. It popped up on my Twitter yesterday, and it was like, sign up for the playtest in May. And I was like, okay, might as well try it out.
This looks like a spin-off of Realm Royale, but like MMORPG.
That, and it kind of looks like it's another take on what's it called? It's on Epic Games.
That Mage game?
It's no, not Mage. It kind of reminds me of like a Monster Hunter kind of game. What was the free one that they came out with?
Dauntless.
Dauntless.
Is that game still up?
Yeah, it actually still is. I want to get back. I want to play it, but it's just like,
I guess it's doing well if it's still up.
Yeah, I think they just had a new season.
Dauntless, man. Dauntless. I used to be a big fan of this game.
You played it a lot?
Yeah. And then I just got, I don't know, like I can't get into like just fighting one thing over the course of like 20 minutes.
Oh, like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, where you just like hunting them and chasing them. I kind of want to just want them to sit in one place, but I guess that's why I can't really get into Monster Hunter and any games like that. But this game, I think I would give it a go the most out of everything else. I just like the graphics.
Yeah, I like the color. The colors are nice.
And I'm sure they've polished their optimization. It used to be pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I might download it. I was thinking about this game the other day.
Are you really?
Yeah, I was like, maybe I'll play Dauntless again. And then
I'll download it.
They have a mobile game, so
Dauntless is on mobile?
It's also on mobile. But apparently it's
Dang, is it cross progression or what?
I don't know. But I don't know.
Yeah, I know Dauntless is on Switch. I know that.
Really expanding.
So I know it's cross progression. So it's like if you're ever just laying in bed and you want to play Dauntless, you can just pull out your Switch.
Well, people are like, where they're asking like where all the mobile players are. So I'm assuming it's a separate realm.
Makes sense.
It's probably not that popular on mobile because I assume the controls are ridiculously difficult.
Oh yeah, true.
But yeah, it's cool. I think the one thing I like is like you hunt shit and you get their like, I don't know, you get their
like skin or like horn,
and then you make armor out of it and you kind of look like them. That's the only thing I like about these type of games.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Wayfinder game, it popped up on my Twitter and it was like playtest, and I was like, okay. And so I'm interested to see what happens. And also too, you have like I don't know why it says your apartment, but yeah, it says control the chaos. You can customize every play experience by entering a doorway of adventures. Each adventure has unique modifiers and challenges you can conjure and control, customizing what beasts you hunt, bosses you encounter, and materials you collect, and even other wayfinders. So you can collect other wayfinders to, I guess, with a variety of unique abilities. You can collect with every hunt expedition into the gloom, you discover new locations, beasts, and materials. You use that to craft new weapons and gear to awaken new wayfinders. Collect every weapon and apartment item, read every book, and discover all locations to complete your atlas and increase your mastery. So I guess you have an apartment that you can customize, I guess.
That's interesting.
So yeah. You can sign up for a playtest on Steam just by going to Wayfinder and clicking join playtest. But if you're doing it on console, I think it's on PlayStation as well. So if you do it on PlayStation, you have to actually go onto their website and register.
Request access.
Yeah, it says it goes live in May. Playtest in May.
Dude, every beta test register should just all funnel into Steam. Just so easy. Request access. They're like, check your email. And that's it.
Exactly.
That's it, man. It's just funnel everything into Steam. You know, like put Dauntless on Steam. Like, why is it still on Epic Games?
I think Epic Games owns Dauntless.
Yeah, just gotta expand.
Well, that's the thing, is that nowadays those big companies, they have their own shops because they make their money off it.
Yeah, they just gotta forge together, you know.
Yeah.
Have like a 3-way contract. Have one.
Who knows? Maybe Epic Games can end up making their store better than what's it called?
It's become the metaverse already.
Well, didn't Mark Zuckerberg kind of like cut the funding for metaverse? So they're not doing it anymore?
No.
So it's like they put a bunch of money into the metaverse and then they just stopped.
It's the definition of wasted money. Well, I don't know shit, so why am I even talking?
I mean, Epic Games is making their metaverse, and that's with Fortnite. So
that is true.
Once Epic Games starts doing fucking VR, it's over. Could you imagine the Unreal Engine 5 with the power of VR? I'm just gonna throw up thinking about all the graphics.
Be wild. I watched anime yesterday. I watched the movie yesterday. Yeah, I watched the anime movie last night. It was really good. Name was Suzume. God, it was good. It's by the same director as Your Name and Weathering with You, which are just the greatest piece of.
Do cry fests or what?
It could be, but I always just hold it in because every time I watch it, I'm in the theater and I'm like, I don't want to. Yeah.
Dude, I'll tear up in the theater.
I mean, I tear up, but I don't like cry, you know?
There was one time I remember not necessarily hyperventilating, but like I tried to hold back the tears, but like I was just so happy. It was during Endgame. Endgame when the portal started opening up and everyone started coming through. Yeah. I remember like I was trying to hold it in, but I was like, Beyonce was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, fine." But it's like I was getting so hyped up. You know what I mean?
I heard a lot of people had that same reaction.
What I would give to watch Endgame for the first time again in theaters.
Oh yeah, that's just wild. And with all
midnight release and just man,
crazy.
Would give.
But yeah, just definitely check it out.
Suzume?
Yeah, check it out. Watch the first iterations. It's like a whole universe, so they're like 3 separate stories, but they're all kind of like interconnected. I don't really know how it's gonna play out in the end, but yeah, it's really good. The graphics are it's one of the best anime graphics you'll see.
Oh, really?
Ever. Yeah, from everything you've watched, they really put their heart into it. Like if you ever see those like anime food edits, most of them come from those two because they make it so appetizing. It might seem like a little corny at first, but yeah, their storytelling is just really, really good. And you don't really expect the certain things because the way it starts out, it's just kind of like a normal situation, and it kind of feels that way throughout the whole thing. And then each movie, it just kind of builds up. But I'm not gonna say more because I'm gonna spoil the whole thing. But apparently,
they're different. They're different characters, right?
Yeah, they're all different characters, but they all end up like linking together at some point. Kind of just spoiled it, but Um, it's like they're all the same universe, like different
Yeah,
stories,
okay.
but same universe.
They take place. Okay, yeah, same world, different. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the MCU in a sense, but it's
Yeah,
like
in a way, yeah. And they, yeah, I'm not gonna say more, but you should
no,
definitely
you're
watch
good.
at least. Yeah, start with Your Name. If you don't like it, try the other one because they're all just different stories. Um,
Oh, a
it's-
live action remake is in development by Paramount Pictures
oh no
for
no
Your
no
Name.
no no no! Don't watch that. Don't watch that.
I'm gonna watch that
No,
one, dude.
That's gonna ruin everything. Why do they have to do that? That's so bad. They just need to start doing live actions. Why?
I don't know if it's even.
And
It
by
just said, but
Paramount, like that's fucked. But yeah, Suzume was the top 4 top highest grossing anime movies of all time.
wow.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
What's number 1?
I don't know.
Let's see. It is the 4th highest grossing anime film of all time. Let's click that. Number 1 is Demon Slayer, the Mugen Train. Mugen Train. Mugen. How do you pronounce it? Fucking
Yeah,
Mugen?
I don't know.
The Mugen. Yeah, it's Demon Slayer, the movie.
Okay.
And it's Spirit with 500 million.
Spirited Away? Damn, it's that. I thought it'd be higher.
Spirited Away is number 2.
That's a
With
classic.
395.
Right there.
Your Name is number 3 with 382, and then Suzume is number 4. And then it's One Piece Red, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, Weathering with You, and Stand By Me, Doraemon.
I'm telling you, this guy doesn't miss.
And then number 11 is Pokemon, the first movie.
That should make me cry.
Dude, same. When Ash is just a fucking thing.
Yeah, so got fucking Medusa.
Yep. Damn, I'm surprised Dragon Ball Super doesn't make a lot of money in Japan.
I feel like
worldwide, sorry, box office worldwide doesn't make a lot of money. In Japan, it makes 4 billion. 4 billion yen.
Yeah,
is that yen?
Yeah, 4 billion yen. So that's like
not a lot.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think you gotta take up a couple zeros for sure. But
let's see,
400 million maybe
to USD.
So 1,000 yen is $1, I think. I'm
134 yen is $1.
Oh shit! Okay, so 1,000 yen is $10.
Yes, so 4,000. That's 40,000. That's zeros, is it? Million, 40 million, 400 million, 4 billion. That was
400.
$29,814,036.
Oh wow, that's steep.
And it made, so it's like it's not that much when it comes to movies. Huh.
But I think movies don't really do that well in Japan, anyways. They're more about like their shows and shit.
7.
I think if they're counting on like movie box office, you gotta go to America.
Damn. So because the Demon Slayer made $507 million worldwide, that's 68 billion yen.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a hefty amount there, I guess. Probably live like a king. Actually, I don't know the standard of living over there, so that's my ignorance talking there.
It's really cheap there.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. And some houses are basically free if you go down to like the rural areas.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of old folk and new people are leaving the older towns, so they're trying to revitalize their older areas. So they basically make moving free to the older places. so they can build a community again.
And they probably have like abandoned houses that they have that they
Yeah.
own that they don't do nothing with. And
Yeah. So
except for when it comes to Japan, I don't know if I would ever want to buy an abandoned house because I feel like it's just cursed. You know what I mean?
I mean, it probably is. Probably like centuries old. You got like a little boy ghost just saying hello to you every
dude,
night.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like
From like The Grudge. But yeah, I think living in Japan is pretty. I mean, I don't know.
I saw a TikTok. You know those TikToks where it's like, oh my god, hey, how much do you pay in rent?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he walks up to a dude in Japan and was like, how much do you pay in rent? It was like a white guy. But I think he was like he was European. And he was like, oh, I don't pay rent at all. It's like I bought an abandoned building, an abandoned house. And like he like showed the house and he's like Swedish. Yeah, so he did like a Swedish, Japanese style home, and he like lowered I guess because the floor was just concrete, and so he lowered the floor so you can have higher ceilings on the first floor, and then yeah. But the comments were like, abandoned? Hell no, that's The Grudge. I was like, I've seen way too many movies.
No, but I feel like living in Japan, not bad. The only tough part would be the cultural difference
and the language.
And the cultural difference barrier.
Yeah, I feel like I would fuck up, make people mad, like because I would want to be respectful, and I feel like my respectful is different than their respectful, and it's just going to come off disrespectful. You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
Because isn't there's like certain things to where it's like when it comes to like eating food, like
I mean,
it might just be
there's courtesies, but I don't think it's that heavily built in. Like the thing about like lifting your rice bowl or some shit, like that doesn't matter. I don't think anyone really cares.
Oh, we're not supposed to do that?
Or sorry, there's something about that, but
isn't there something about slurping too or something?
Well, slurping ramen apparently is supposed to show like how good the food is.
Oh, okay. You're not supposed to cut the noodles, right? You're supposed to just eat it all.
But that's also a thing like it's with Italians, you're not supposed to snap spaghetti, but I feel like most people just don't care about that. It's just a stereotype.
I mean, I don't snap spaghetti. Who snaps spaghetti?
I don't know. There's people that do it for the convivience.
There's people that do that. Yeah.
Like, oh,
the pot's too small. You fucking snap it and throw it in there.
The size of a bowl, so they have to snap it.
But it's like you don't have to snap it. You could just fucking stick it in, and it'll just get loosey goosey. And
but
some people do their own.
People
do their own.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
We were talking about Suzume.
Oh yeah,
and then we got
good shit, man. It's good shit.
That's pretty cool. I'll check it out someday.
Go watch it. Just go watch it tomorrow.
Once I get out of my D&D phase.
Just go watch it like today after this.
I don't have a car. My fiance's not home.
Buy you tickets.
Okay. No, but what was I gonna say? So there's that.
Just run there.
Dude, I wouldn't. You wouldn't never see me again. I guess we're on the movie topics. Super Mario Bros. Just passed 180 million worldwide.
180 million?
Sorry, 800.
I was like, that's not 180. Like that's
$800 million.
800 million. Okay, that makes more sense.
800 million.
Wow, getting closer to the billion.
A billion. Yep. So because of that, because it's doing so well that Nintendo has kind of hinted at or teased future movie adaptations.
Oh shit.
Adaptations. Or was it Shigeru Miyamoto? I don't know who that is. Let me Google him real quick before I sound dumb. He is a Japanese video game designer for Nintendo. Okay, that makes sense. He is the game director at Nintendo. Okay, so he teased other adaptations may be coming in the future. I don't know if he necessarily said exactly which ones it would be.
Which one?
People have made mock roadmaps showing the possibility of a Nintendo cinematic universe.
Oh.
But they said that there's a mock-up of movies that people have done where it makes it like the cinematic universe, and then it ends up with an Avenger style threat where it's Super Smash Bros.
Damn.
So that'd be interesting, but it's all mock-up right now. But he's definitely teased that there's other movies that could be coming. So that's something to look for in the future, I guess.
God damn.
Wait, someone had a picture where they showed like the Super Mario Brothers movie and then like Detective Pikachu and blah 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 at Comic-Con, but it's like Detective Pikachu 2 got canceled.
Why did it get canceled? That movie was so good.
I love Detective Pikachu, and I didn't realize it got canceled until today.
Oh.
Fucking TikTok. A TikTok came up of Detective Pikachu, and like I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I can't believe they canceled it. But let's see if they did. In January 2019, months ahead of the release of Dr. Pikachu, now sequel's already in development. Okay. However, on May 3rd, 2021, Smith said on a sequel, I think we have to just kind of bear our hopes. I don't think it's going to happen. I really hope so, though. In 2022, Catherine Newton admitted to being optimistic about a sequel. In February 23, a representative said that the sequel is still in active development. Oh, maybe it's still going to happen. In March 2023, it was announced that Jonathan Crisell would direct the sequel, and Chris Galetta will rewrite the screenplay.
Galetto. What? Okay.
So I guess it's, yeah. I guess if anything, it was just developmental hell for now, and now they're going to continue on. So nice. I hope they bring back what's his face, the guy who played Justice Smith, the human.
Yeah.
Also, too, I forgot that Ryan Reynolds played Pikachu.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
that was different. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a good voice actor, so I think he has a good voice.
Yeah.
Kind of fits certain characters.
I don't. Yeah.
I think if there's like animated characters that you want to have, I feel like Bradley Cooper and Ryan Reynolds are the two people, like for sure. And I guess Vin Diesel, because Vin Diesel does animated movies as well. He's been Groot this whole time. And then also too, a lot of people didn't know that he was the Iron Giant, and like a lot of people loved that movie as a kid.
Damn, Pikachu is so cute. How'd they make it so cute? How'd they make it so cute?
Yeah, let's see. So there was that. I don't think I have any other movie news. Let's see. So today's Saturday. Let's see. Weekend box office. Since we are currently talking about movies.
Evil Dead Rise came out Friday, yesterday.
It did. Yep.
Box office of $23 million.
Oh, you've already looked it up. Look at you.
I saw it earlier today. Actually, box office of $10 million.
Oh, it only made $10 million so far?
I think domestically, but globally they made 25 for the one day. One day, yeah. Probably won't skyrocket from there. I don't even.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
I don't even know if it's
a low line drive.
100 million, but they'll make their money back. The budget was not that crazy.
It didn't take place in an apartment complex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did you see that Shazam Fury of the Gods will end its theatrical release making less money than fucking Morbius?
Oh no. Wow. Less than Morbius.
Yeah.
So wait, Morbius that's Sony's.
That was Sony, yeah, Jared
Okay.
Leto movie.
Damn, they're doing worse than Sony now? That's wild.
Well, I think it's because people just didn't want to like watch the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think what would definitely hurt
Want to
Shazam.
watch it.
I think what hurt Shazam the most was the whole James Gunn rebooting the series, like rebooting like the universe. And so a lot of people were like, "What's the point of me watching this movie and getting hyped up for the future of Shazam if he's just going to get rebooted anyway?" You know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think the last movie that will do good for DC before the reboot is probably going. Actually, nope, never mind. I don't even think the Flash is going to do that well because Ezra Miller. Well, no, because Ezra Miller's been in all that fucking controversial shit.
Oh yeah.
There's the whole gun thing, and he abducted people, and then yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There's the physical abuse. There's a whole bunch of shit. Puss in Boots made another $1.5 million. Oh, that's in March. Never mind. Why am I looking at an article from March? What the fuck? Supposedly, I guess it's a spoiler, but I guess I've already been spoiled. I haven't seen Puss in Boots, but
oh, it's so good. You gotta watch.
You seen Puss in Boots?
Yeah, it's for like $5 on YouTube.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Dang. It was good.
It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they teased Far Far Away at the end.
Yeah, they did.
And so it's supposed to be teasing Shrek 5.
Yep. Oh, you gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I love Puss in Boots.
So good. It's so good. I wonder if John Wick's gonna pass Ant-Man. Doesn't look like it. But it just came out, so.
John Wick, maybe.
It's at 35 million, and Ant-Man's at 47. Or 350 million.
I was gonna say.
All these movies.
Hey, you know what? I'm just glad that Dungeons and Dragons made their money back.
Oh yeah, they made 162 million. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I want a sequel for that.
They made most of their money internationally.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons did?
Yeah, 83 million international and 78 million. I mean, it's about the same. But
yeah. Supposedly they're gonna start with they want to make another movie, but they are starting with a TV show. And it's gonna like kind of continue the story of it, and not necessarily the story of the movie, but the story of the world. So they're gonna like branch off and make like spin-offs and shit.
Yeah. Dang. That's crazy. I wonder how Transformers is gonna do.
I think it will do fairly well.
I feel like it won't. I watched the trailer again. I'm like, this is really silly.
Oh, for the Transformers?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it'll do. I don't know. I'm like,
well, I think Rise of the Beasts. I think Rise of the Beasts is one of their like beloved like animated ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because they're not like vehicles. Their vehicle form is like a gorilla, and they turn into a transformer.
Yeah.
I just find it funny because I just assume that all Transformers is just a vehicle. But Transformers is a race, right?
Yeah, they're a race of machines, and it's like they all could turn into vehicles if they wanted to, but they're turning into things that would help them adapt to the planet that they're on.
Mm.
The majority of them, most likely, the gorillas probably landed there before the other, like the animals landed there a long time before
Probably.
the Autobots and whatnot. But then again, there's fucking dinosaurs, so I don't know where that
Yeah.
comes from.
And now they have like a humanoid. Seems kind of interesting. I know nothing about the comic, so it's like a bike
Yeah, same.
that turns into a humanoid, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's up with that?
I don't know. We gotta watch the movie to find out.
The reboot, man. I'm so excited, but not at the same time.
Well, it's not a reboot; it's a continuation.
I mean, yeah, but it's like they haven't made something in like 40 years.
Couple years, yeah. Nah, you right. You right.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for all the movies that's coming out, except a handful of things. I don't know. I'll probably watch everything. Fast and Furious is coming out. Fast X.
You know, it's funny how we just talked about body cam footage video games, and Twitter pops up with another body cam footage on Unreal Engine 5, but it's a horror game.
Oh, let's go. That's what I like to see.
You experience and play through each tragic tale of those who went missing from the viewpoint of body cams, phones, and VHS cameras.
No.
Do you have what it takes to play through the end of the footage?
Dude, horror games on Unreal Engine 5 would be crazy. Holy shit. That's where I would draw the line. Especially if it goes to VR. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's too real.
No, you're right.
You know, if this stuff gets so real, I feel like you could use this as some sort of like therapy, you know? It could like expand into like the medical field where you're like doing simulations of something. I don't know.
Yeah.
To like I don't know, it can just be fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? You know where I want to go one day is I want to go to one of those anger rooms.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
you just break shit.
Break shit, dude. That'd be fucking dope. But I feel like I would probably like pull my back or something.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yeah, because I would just fucking go ham. I just want to throw a plate against the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I just want to grab a cup. I just want to fucking throw it, you know, and just
I wonder
bash your windshield.
what the injury rate is for those rooms.
I got to sign a waiver for that, but yeah, you're right.
Definitely sign a waiver so they don't get fucking sued. But man, if you're not careful, you can definitely get like some cuts probably.
Well, that's why you have those those overalls.
Yeah, you got the
And I
overalls
think-
and you got a mask, but you're still your neck and like
Oh,
is all
yeah,
exposed, you know? Maybe just like boom and then like a shard goes at your neck.
I wonder how many people like, because can't you go in there with two people?
Yeah, you can go yeah, I think two.
I wonder how many times it's just come down to it to where it's like
You swing
the
at
other
each
person
other.
hit the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's fucked. Sign a waiver and you're dead. Probably best you don't go in with someone. That's probably
yeah,
the
I would go in
best.
alone.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be throwing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's another. There is a game that is a new horror game.
Let's go.
It is a. They say it's turning heads for its creepy trailer that is reminiscent of classic Resident Evil games. It's called Propagation Paradise Hotel, which looks like a virtual reality version of classic Resident Evil. It is a VR game,
Whoa.
and yeah,
It's cool.
Definitely not going to be a game that I'm going to play. But it's swarming with zombies and other creatures. Let me tell you, when things are running at me in VR, my body fucking gets all like hot and tingly. You know what I mean? I get that feeling like I'm like, oh my god, dude, just fucking leave me alone. Cause yeah, when I played Walking Dead, I fucking freak out when I was getting chased by zombies. I'm just like,
That's funny.
But you got anything else? I have more, but it's like,
not really. I mean,
my last chunk is just all fucking Valorant.
yeah, pretty much. Just Valorant. What you got?
What you got? Okay. Well, because we haven't talked about it yet, Premier Global Open is going to be happening. The beta, it's going to start this 25th. So the beta for Premier, I guess for people don't know what Premier is, it is a how would you describe it?
It's an in-game tournament system that is there for people that want to, you know, go above, beyond ranked. Just like,
Okay.
it's just an in-game tournament system. If you've ever played League, it's like Clash. You know, you do
Gotcha.
like weekly shit. You get rewards for in-game currency and stuff or something like that.
All right. Well, yeah, maybe we pretty much nailed it there. But yeah, it starts on the 25th and it lasts until May 23rd. So little under a month. The enrollment period for your team is April 25th through the 28th. So that's how long you have to register your team.
25th to the 28th.
Well, yeah, because that's when it starts, 25th to 28th.
Okay.
And
that's
so
soon.
on the
What
20.
the fuck?
Well, yeah, it's when the season goes live.
Yeah, I forgot. It's in 3 days.
Well, because the weekly matches start next weekend.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
They say weekly matches will be April 29th through May 20th.
Okay.
And then the playoff tournament, if your team ends up making it, is going to be May 21st. So this will be a test version of Premiere before we get to like the full launch. So there'll obviously be changes from this one and then the launch that ends up happening later on this year. The beta, they say that the beta is using a shorter schedule than what they have planned for launch. That's why it kind of just, it's less than 30 days. They see premiere stages, well, the premiere stages that they have planned are designed to last the duration of a regular Valorant act.
Oh.
So that's a whole season, right? Because it's an episode and then act. Gotcha. So anything from the beta will not transfer. So match and team history will not transfer to the premiere release. To be able to find the Premiere client when it launches, a full screen takeover will feature Premiere. Home, you'll be able to navigate on the homepage under Play, and to be able to find it. And there's like a Premiere hub. There's also a test tournament for people. On May 3rd, there's a test tournament in all zones, which you'd be able to find it in your schedule when you create your team. So when you create your team, the person who creates your team is going to be the team leader. They'll create the team and then they get to choose what zone will be in. And they say choose your zone based off, you know, the lowest ping amongst everybody. We all play East, so I'm assuming we were just going to choose East because that way, also too, it's probably better if we choose East because then it's sooner for you guys, like earlier for you guys to play. It's later for me and Squiddy, but earlier for like you guys, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if we did like PST, it's gonna be like 3 o'clock in the morning my time most likely because I don't know exactly what time they're gonna be, but yeah, you will get rewards for the beta. You'll get a banner for Premier Beta as well as a title. And then if you win a playoff tournament, you also get a Beta's champion banner and title as well.
Oh.
Yep. So to become eligible for the beta, you need to verify 2 conditions in order to be eligible to create or join. You have to identify through an account verification via SMS verification. As of right now, I don't think that's a thing just yet. I think it's going to come out this next update, and then you'll be able to do it. I guess by the time this comes out, it would have already happened. Because the 25th is the day before this goes live. You have to have MMR by finishing your placement at any point in your account lifetime. So as long as you've placed,
Very simple.
doesn't matter when. I wonder if this is going to cause Smurf accounts in these, because again, you just need to have MMR.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you've already completed placements, you'll automatically skip to the next step, and you can just see an option to create a team. Yeah, anybody can play as long as you hit the eligibility that I just stated. If you end up unverifying your account, like taking off the SMS verification, it will give you the client will warn you that you'll not be able to play in Premiere until you go through the verification process again. There's only 1 phone number allowed per account with a 6-month cooldown.
God damn.
Yeah, unused phone numbers. So yeah. In case you are unverified and on a team already, you'll not be kicked from the team, but you'll be ineligible to queue.
Okay.
So that's one thing. You can only join 1 team per account, and the team owners may cancel team invite requests and remove players from their team. So I guess people can request to join a team, and then the team owner is the only one that can accept that. So there is no restriction about who you can play with. You can, they say, to join your bronze friend and your diamond friend. They'll find the best division for your team based on the MMR of the top 5 players on your team. Okay. So since there's 6 of us, it's going to take, and I'm right now, as we're talking on this, I'm the lowest MMR, I think, out of all of us. So, no, Tigers is.
Tigers. The fuck?
Yeah, never mind. Sorry. So it's going to be me, you, Aiden, Squiddy, and Sun's MMR is going to take place for our division.
So it's going to combine all of us and average it out?
Yeah, because it takes the top 5. It's based on the MMR of the top 5 players on your team. So if we start with, just top 5. So it's like if we have the 5 players, so it's going to take Sun because he's our 6th player. It's going to take him into account.
That's interesting.
And so most likely our MMR is going to be Ascendant 1, 2-ish. Yeah. Based on, since you're Immortal 2.
Yeah.
And so, if inviting a player would cause your team to change divisions, the team owner will see an error message when attempting an invite. This player is outside your skills team range and it cannot be invited. So.
Oh, okay.
See, but that's once you enroll your team. So there are restrictions once you enroll your team. You'll be limited to only inviting other players that will not cause your team to change divisions. So it's not like we can make a team and then invite Sun to play, because then he would change the division. So if we want Sun to be a 6th player, we have to.
Yeah.
So once weekly matches begin, you will not be able to change rosters within reason. Only changes to the roster that will not affect the division will be permissible.
I wonder if you can have coaches. Yeah, you can, I think, because you can have up to 7 players. So
yeah, you have 7 players.
I guess the 7th player would be the coach, or it could just be 2
if they want
subs.
To take that role, So to be able to choose a zone in the enrollment process, the team owner will select a zone. He will see recommendations on the top 2 pods of the lowest average frequency. For example, say like Central Texas sort of thing, for like the top 2.
Yeah.
latency is based on what the team owner pings. So
Okay.
yeah. As players can choose zones with multiple pods should matchmake as per usual. Matchmaking is ping based. So I guess he'll just choose. You cannot edit your zone once your team is enrolled. So it's like once we choose it, we're stuck. If you miss enrollment, you can't fucking get in. You're done. You can't play it. So it's like 25th to the 28th, you got to create your team.
We gotta hustle.
Yeah. So it says, can I add a new player to my team after weekly matches have been started? You can, as long as the player being invited would not cause the team to change divisions. So
okay.
Yeah, it's the only way. Yeah, there'll be a whole team hub. Let's see for the matches. So on the Premier Hub, there'll be a button that'll take us to the Premier Lobby, and that's where we'll be able to click play and start our weekly matches. Says they say to queue in early into the weekly window as possible, so that way we can find a match. Because if we wait until the end of the week, we might not be able to find a match.
Oh, and then we won't be able to play. Is it like automatic disqualification?
We'll probably just lose that week, most likely.
Okay.
How long can you expect for queues? They expect most weekly matches to be made within about 8 minutes at maximum across the beta. If you end up waiting longer, please stay in queue, as leaving and requeuing will only increase the total time your team will wait in queue. We expect tournament brackets to be made within 20 minutes at maximum. If you end up waiting longer, please stay in queue, as leaving and requeuing will only increase the time.
Yeah, it's going to be like 20 minutes.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, it's just no way it's going to be that. Because even in my solo rank queue, I've gone to like 10 minutes before. So damn. I can only assume like there's only going to be only a certain amount of teams. It's not going to be like, not everyone's going to play Premier. Like not everybody plays ranked. So
yeah,
it's like the queue times are going to be ridiculous, but that's fine.
So there is rules.
Oh shit. Like professional courtesy.
No. So like so they're asking if rules are different from standard and competitive.
Oh, okay.
So the overtime rules are different and are as follows. The first team to win 12 rounds gains overtime priority.
Oh.
The team with overtime priority chooses starting side for overtime by voting using a simple majority of 5 players. So if you get to 12 first, you get to choose whether you want to attack or defend first.
That's nice.
Teams must win by 2. Every round, teams swap sides. If 2 sets of overtime have been played, you play 1 final round of sudden death.
Oh, okay. So you don't go like sudden crazy amount of rounds.
Yeah, so you get the 2 sets of overtime, and I think that's usually after 2 sets of overtime, that's when you draw, right? Because it's like one person has to draw. Yeah, so sudden death side is choices whatever the team with the overtime priority chose during overtime starting side choice phase. So it's like if you chose attack, if you had overtime priority and you choose attack, in sudden death you would attack. So okay. But yeah, so each match you play, you'll earn points towards your premier score, reach a high enough premier score to qualify for the playoff tournament at the end of open beta. Points wise, teams can earn up to 100 points for a weekly match and 25 points for a loss. So, okay. Either way, even if you lose, you can still hopefully make enough points to make it.
So it's all point based. It doesn't matter like if you lose. I mean, it doesn't matter if you lose, but
it says what premier score qualifies for the tournament. You need 375 points.
Holy fuck! Yeah, we gotta play every week.
And I don't know if they're just weekly matches, so I think like you can log in every day and play. It seems like I think. There is the map pick and ban system. So you will take turns banning maps. And all members on the team can vote on which map to ban, and the party leader locks in the team's choice. So nice. It will alternate between the teams until a map is chosen. So we might end up playing the same map over and over again.
Oh, so you just keep banning maps until the last one is Just left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
There is no pause match or timeouts. So
What?
says we do not currently support pauses during premiere matches.
Why?
I don't know.
Maybe in tournament mode, right? Because you gotta
Yeah.
qualify. Yeah, I feel like it'll be more VCT style. Because that leads up to like VCT, right? Eventually. Once they
the lower one.
Okay.
The tier 2 one. How many teams are in the main bracket of the tournament? They can have up to 8 teams in it, but it may start with as few as 5. And then if you lose in the main bracket, if your team loses, you'll be moved to the consolation bracket where you can compete for third place. So essentially it sounds like a single elimination.
Yep.
If you lose, you're out, but you get put into the lower bracket to play for third place.
Why do they gotta call it consolation bracket? Why couldn't they just call it losers bracket or something?
Right.
Damn. Okay.
But yeah, so that's Premiere. So I kind of skimmed through the FAQs to see what might be one thing that gets talked about the most. I feel like the one thing I just need to know is how many matches do you have a week?
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta.
Okay.
You can keep talking though.
Let's see, matches in queuing. Doesn't necessarily say how many matches you can have in a week. Well, to continue on, this has already been known because this was came out about a week and a half ago, or about a week ago. I guess at the start of this podcast, it would be a week and a half. But Ye has joined Disguised Gaming, so he ended up signing with them to play in the VCL North America Split 2, which just started actually, and I think that they lost their first game. Ye didn't do so. He didn't do bad, but they definitely still lost. They got 2-0'd by Oxygen Esports. Well, Ye went negative. Nerve did better than Ye did. Nerve also joined Disguised, and first map Ye went 7-16 on Jet on Haven, but the second game on Pearl as Jet, he went 21-20. So it was not too shabby, but they still got 2-0'd, even though on Pearl it did go into overtime and they lost 15-13. But it's going to be interesting to see how Ye does with DSG going forward, and to see how DSG does themselves actually. Definitely going to be interesting to see that. We'll wait for Cross to come back on the next part because I wanted to actually no, I guess he already knows about this here. To talk more about the tier 1 side of VCT, Sentinels has parted ways with Psycho, who was their head coach after they ended up losing to Leviathan. They lost 2-1 to Leviathan, which, looking at it here, it was not close at all. Never mind. The first game was close. It was 14-12. Second game was 13-11. And then the third game on Pearl, it was 13-4. Yeah, with that, he was not doing so well.
What's up?
Hello. Not much. I was just talking about how I talked about Ye joining Disguised.
Oh yeah.
And them losing their first match. Him not doing so hot. The first map. Yeah, they got 2-0'd by Oxygen Esports.
Oh no.
Nerve had a better showing, who also joined.
Okay.
With Ye, but he had a better showing on his match than Ye did.
Oh yeah.
And then I was talking about how after their match last week with Leviathan, Sentinels parted ways with their coach Psycho.
Yep.
And so he got let go, and Kaplan ended up getting promoted to head coach, who used to be Ghost Gaming's coach back in before he was on this team. Because he was in VCT last year as the coach of Ghost Gaming. But yeah, so after that ended up happening, so they parted ways with Psycho. They announced that Kaplan was going to be the head coach. Kaplan ended up releasing a video on the 18th talking about a competitive update, saying that how, he's going to keep moving forward, that Marved is now he's going to step in, temporarily sub in for Tens, because Tens had a infection in his elbow that was affecting his finger. And then he also has COVID as well.
Yeah.
And so he would be out for sure. And so Marv came in. So that's definitely going to so Marv played yesterday, which was the 21st, and they played against Loud. So Sentinels versus Loud, which storyline wise is great because also too Saucy and Pancata were on Loud before, during their run in Champions and winning Champions.
Yeah.
And Sentinels lost to Loud, even though on Pearl they did really well. They 13-6 Loud on Pearl, and Saucy and Pancata they did well. Marv did great. He basically everyone went positive on Sentinels for that game on Pearl, and so like the whole team was just working well. They worked well, and Marv was on controller the whole day, so he played Viper, Astra, and Omen yesterday, and did really well. Over the course of 3 games, he went 51 and 44. He had some pretty good stats. Saucy did well. Looking at the previous games before Marv came in, when Tens was on the team, Saucy was more of the controller. So he was the one that would smoke and things like that. Well, for this match here, that they moved him over to Initiator, went 58 and 44. Pancata, he got to stay on Sentinel the entire time because usually he would flex to a controller role or KJ. So he stayed as KJ, and Def also too was able to be an Initiator as well. But against Loud, Def didn't do so well. So I don't know what's going to end up happening with the future of Def being the IGL. Because they might end up getting moved over to Saucy, maybe. And then maybe they just get rid of Def and bring Marv in once Tens is better.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, Def went 26 and 50 for 3 matches. And
one game at 5 and 20. That's tough.
Yeah, the first game he went 15 and 13, and he had 26 kills total. You know what I mean? And so it's like he went 6 and 17, and like you said, 5 and 20. And it's like it's definitely tough.
That is rough.
And looking at his stats over the course of these 4 weeks, and so like this week is definitely going to make or break, I think, for Def, because he hasn't been doing so well. I mean, last week they got rid of the coach because this week is like a super week for them because they're playing 2 games this weekend. So Sentinels will play again, I believe on Monday. Let's see, or Sunday. They play again on Sunday. They play MIBR. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens there. I can see them maybe just bringing Marv in full time and getting rid of Def if Saucy would be comfortable in being an IGL, which I think when he was on Loud, he was an IGL, I believe, but I don't know. I have no idea.
But then again, like Tens is also not doing great. I mean, with all things considered, but
yeah,
the last 3 games he's been on par with Def. which is
He
pretty
also had that
bad.
injury as well.
That's true.
He had the injury that's affected his finger. Because if you look at the very first game, unless if you look at the very first week, that was the only game they've won so far, which is against 100 Thieves. So I don't know if that says much about 100 Thieves that it does about Sentinels, or vice versa. But Tens went 68 and 50. You know what I mean? Just being on Jet, and
then moving forward,
he just kind of hit something happened after week 1 that he just dropped off.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, 13, 30, 35, 49, and then he didn't play this past week.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't even know. Like mentally, that's just. I'm sure there's a lot going on with him.
Yeah, and he was actually watching the entire match yesterday.
Oh, he watched it.
And he watched it. Yeah, he was streaming and he watched it. And even the casters, they were like, what's the storyline going to be? When Marv does very well in the absence of Tens, is like, do you bring Tens back in? Do you just keep Marv? Like, what ends up happening? And I feel like if anything, if it comes down to it, you keep Marved, right? Marved, he's proven on Optic that he was great. You know what I mean? I think you watch Def, honestly. And then because Def is older, he's like 30 something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, I'm pretty sure they can find a way to make a break. But then also too, it sucks because Zekin himself is like is their duelist as well. A lot of the times that he'll run whenever Tens is in, he runs like a initiator, but doesn't do so well. Or the occasional raise,
No, maybe they just let go of Tens.
I mean, they could.
I mean, I feel like the only reason they're holding on to him is because they bought him out for $1 million.
Yeah, and then they give him a new contract.
I don't know.
They signed him. They signed him this offseason.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I feel like it's doing more harm than good for the Sentinels.
Yeah, I think it's because the people that they brought in.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, what happened to DRX last night? 2-0. Oh, they 2-1. What the? Hey, yo. Oh, they lost the second map. Okay, yeah, that was a sweep.
Against Gen G?
Yeah. There's a sub right now for DRX. It's Foxy9.
Oh.
Been doing really well. In place of who, though? Who's missing? Oh, Zest. That's who's missing. Ah. Valorant.
Yep.
Did you talk about the new bundle?
I have not talked about the bundle at all.
Pretty sick. Arcade themed. By the time this comes out, it's already out. Probably the most ambitious bundle / premium bundle I have ever seen from Riot Games. And it'll probably be the most expensive since Elder Flame. And
that's crazy.
Not much to say about that, but looks like they're slowly trying to make more premium skins, which is nice. There's so much detail in this one with like different variants. It's a whole ass trailer for it, so
yeah,
they like to do that. They always release skin trailers. Not even for Valorant, they do it for League too. There's like a whole lore behind it. Like there's a popular skin line from League of Legends, Star Guardian, and it's supposed to be like, oh, what's that anime? What is it? It's like a ripoff of an anime. Fuck, I forgot. But yeah, they put a whole lore behind that skin line, which is pretty crazy. Oh, Sailor Moon. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a Sailor Moon inspired skin line. They have like a whole
I'm watching.
anime trailer. Watching what?
Uh, the shooting animations for these guns.
Oh, and Valor Leaks.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new Melee for the bundle? Or the Battle Pass?
It looks dope.
It looks
Kind of.
gnarly, yeah.
I just wish it didn't have the fucking hooks at the end. Like, just make me have one fucking sword. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
They probably hooked it because it's probably too long.
yeah. That too, and it looks more like a mace than anything.
Oh shit, dude! The inspect has music, like video game music to it.
I want to listen to it so bad, but we gotta close this podcast out.
Wait, what'd you say?
We're gonna close this podcast out. You got anything more?
Yeah. So, 100 Thieves are playing today. They're going against Crew Esports. What I feel like we should probably start doing is, I'm surprised we haven't done it already, is we should have like a little, who do you think is going to win? You know, and we should tally it up and see who gets it correct and blah, blah, blah. But if you want to, we can. If not, then, you know, it is what it is. But who do you think is going to win today? Like they're already playing right now. So it's live.
Man, it's hard to say. Crew was really good during Masters, like way back, but I think since then they've fallen off pretty hard. I feel like 100 Thieves are gonna win.
Yeah, I'm feeling 100 Thieves.
Crew is just not strong enough, I don't think.
And later on tonight, the other match is Furia versus EG, and I feel like Furia is gonna win that game because EG is ass.
Is EG ass? Weren't they really good at some point?
Dude, EG just won their first match against Crew Esports.
But they were really good at like something. I forgot. Like they were like beating everyone at some point.
Well, that was before they got the new roster.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know, they did good at VCT lock-in. Oh no, actually, they only won one match. They beat Team Heretics in lock-in, and then they lost to Talon.
They're a Canadian team, but I don't. Is it all different now?
Because this is a team that has like
no Canadians.
No Canadian teams, no, yeah.
Sucks.
This one that has Ethan on it, BCJ, but BCJ is actually benched this game.
Let's go.
What? BCJ is like their best player.
Let's go.
And they benched him for somebody else.
Jeffrey.
But I think EG's good in other sports. I think League of Legends, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
Let's freaking go, dude.
All right. On that note, unless you got anything, last squeeze of the toothpaste.
Nothing else, man. That's all I got.
Thank you guys so much for watching or listening to the Alt Tab podcast. This has been episode 20. We're in the 20s now. There's no turning back.
Yeah.
Just as a heads up and a small update for the podcast itself, moving forward, it'll most likely be just the two of us, you know, which is completely fine. It's becoming exceedingly difficult to get the third person in, which is fine, you know. Everyone's got their lives. So I know I said in the other ones that we might have our core three, but most likely it'll be just us two. And it works well, just the two of us. We have like a good system. So yeah, that's a small update for the podcast. Gotta start reacting to things.
We gotta start reacting to
I'm
things.
just not prepping, but I think maybe starting next week, we can start doing that. All right, every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. You know where to find us, I think. Spotify,
I'll tab.
I'll tab podcast.
YouTube.
Don't listen to any other I'll tab podcasts. This is the only one you need in your life. I promise you.
Yeah.
And yeah, who knows? All right, goodbye.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.